sport for all. Usually before I start, I usually like to tell people where I'm from and how long I traveled to come here. But in this case, I didn't travel very far. I'm from Kuala Lumpur. If you see the little red arrow, that's like an hour away. The outline of my presentation, I'm going to talk about the demographics of Malaysia and how important national unity is for Malaysia, and government initiatives to promote unity, and using Sport for All as an avenue for unity, and developing Sport for All programs to promote unity. This is a Malaysian dish called rojak. You had it at lunch just now. It's near the salad counter. Rojak is actually a vegetable and fruit salad. It's made up of various vegetables and fruits and comes together in a very nice combination. And Malaysian society is likened to rojak because Malaysia is a heterogeneous society made up of three major races: Malays, Chinese, and Indians. According to the Department of Statistics, Malaysia has about 25.5 million population, and the statistics are 55% are Malays, 25% Chinese, 7% Indian. Other indigenous groups are 12%, and others are 1%. In Malaysia, Islam is the official religion, but other religions are also practiced. In Malaysia, race and religion are closely related. Malays are Muslims, so they practice Islam. Chinese are either Buddhists or Christians. Indians are either Hindus or Christians. And according to the last population census in 2000, Islam made up 60.4% of the population. 19.2% of the population were Buddhists, 9.4% were Christians, and 6.3% were Hindus. So you can understand with this kind of racial and religious mix, national unity is very important. It's important and it's high on the social agenda, and our national ideology, or the Rukun Negara, states that Malaysia is dedicated to achieving greater unity for Malaysian society, and it's deemed important enough to be part of a ministry, namely the Ministry of Unity, Culture, Arts and Heritage. And notice that unity actually comes first. Malaysia aims to be a developed nation by the year 2020, and hopefully by that time, Malaysia would be a cohesive Malaysian nation. And that is what we call Bangsa Malaysia, and that's Malaysia's Vision 2020. After 51 years of independence, Malaysia gained independence from the British in 1957. After 51 years, unity is still an issue. And this is evident from this year's National Day motto, which is, unity is the core of success. The country's leaders have talked about the importance of unity. Prime Minister Datuk Sri Abdullah Ahmad Badawi said that racial unity is our strength to be passed on to future generations. Deputy Prime Minister Datuk Sri Najib Tun Razak says that, tells the people to make unity the main national agenda because unity is for national success. There has been various initiatives to promote unity. Among them are the National Social Policy. The National Social Policy aims to enhance human potential in order to achieve social unity and stability. The Education Act states that education will satisfy the needs of the nation as well as promote unity, and schools are a very good place to promote unity. It's a place for integration and to promote harmony. We have a concept called Vision Schools, where a national school, a Chinese school, and Tamil school are built side by side. All these schools share common facilities like the canteen and playing fields, and this provides an opportunity for the students to actually integrate because obviously the students from these schools make up different racial segments of the population. We also have the National Unity Advisory Panel. There's also the National Unity and Integration Action Plan, which coordinates the functions of several ministries and government agencies to promote unity and stem segregation. Under the Malaysia Plan for 2006 to 2010, the government has allocated 100 million ringgit, which is nearly $30 million to promote unity. The government plans to build facilities like community halls so that people actually have a place to mix. We also have something called the National Service, which promotes unity for youths. It started in the year 2004. 18-year-old youths gather together for 3 months to do outward bound activities because they found that they don't have much opportunity before that, so this is what the government has been doing. But despite all these initiatives, more work is needed to boost racial unity, and that's the headline from the Star newspaper earlier this year. The Prime Minister acknowledges that interracial and interreligious relations at the moment is not very good. He says that national unity is going to be the biggest challenge for Najib, who is going to be the next Prime Minister. We've done all these initiatives. What about sports? What can sports do to unite Malaysians? Earlier today and yesterday, we talked about all the health benefits of sports. But sports also has social benefits. We know that sports provide opportunities to meet and interact. It is a common link among people. We learn social skills. It's a means of cohesion. It relieves social conflict and enhances socialization. It transcends age, gender, social status, geography, and political ideology. It's a potential to unite wider sections of the population. And this is important for Malaysia because race relations are important. Several Malaysians have come out in support of Sport for All's Avenue for Unity. The then Secretary General of the Ministry of Culture, Youth and Sport says that Sport for All serves as a link between races and is a tool for national unity. The then Minister of Youth and Sports has said that more than any other activity, sport promotes unity and racial integration. And just last year, the Minister of Youth and Sports said that